Hello, this is Colin. Today we're here to talk about some of the crypto coins and whatnot, the way they've been moving. And I just wanted to share with you my input um, on at least two today. We'll review two, and I've been following these two closely, and they seem to be in an uptrend. So I just wanted to share what I've seen. Um, so I'm not sure if you can see my mouse, but if you look here, the coins we're going to be talking about today, one is Monaco, and right now it's at, I prefer to use Binance. So, but here on the Trading View is also very nice. So you can use Trading View to look at your stuff, and I'll put some links below. Um, so here on Binance or on Trading View, you can see this is a daily chart for Monaco. And Monaco, I've looked at the company. They're really great. From what I've seen, I think they're in Switzerland. And I actually downloaded the app and installed it. They use facial recognition software, and they give you a Visa card, a metal Visa card. It's actually pretty neat stuff. So kind of trust the team. I think it's pretty cool product so far. If you'll see here in March, down here at the bottom, you can't see my mouse, but you can see the clicks. So right here, right around this time yesterday, the chart started trending upward. So you can see the right here, and this is actually yesterday, last night, midnight, because crypto runs all day. It broke above the VWAP is what I call it, the weighted average. So it broke above, and it continues to push upward, right? And so one thing I like to look at when I look at these, people have different strategies, right? Some people shoot for the moon. So you know, if you're shooting for the moon, and I don't have the patience, you could put your sell limit up here and don't trade anything. Just keep all your currency stuff tied up. At one point, it was all the way up here, which I don't know, it's quite a bit higher. But what I was looking at today was more along the lines of the daily, looking at the daily going up. And one of the things I do when I see something going up like this is, this is also in NCASH. So NCASH is also having a very similar day. So this is on Binance, by the way. So I'm going to try to zoom in a little bit. You can also see that last night, NCASH also started to break out. And honestly, I've been following this one for a while, so I feel a little dumb. I didn't get in and grab me some at 220 because I have to be honest, I bought some higher. I bought some at 396. So it's nice to see it coming back around. They also have a very strong team. I've got some guys from Harvard. They work on retail store solutions, implementing blockchain. It's very neat. But the main thing is, I'm a software engineer, and I build tools for traders. Also, I do some analysis for some Fortune companies, and I just wanted to share what I see. Some of the things I've been learning. You learn from experience. Unfortunately, sometimes it's a good experience, sometimes it's a bad experience. So, on this case, if you got something like this, like say you're following NCASH right now, it's poised. It can easily move up into the 400s. And honestly, there's no, this crypto. It can be manipulated. It can keep going up. Well, what you need to do is make sure you lock in your cash. So I was going to say the same thing about MCO Monaco from the Switzerland. Is if you've already bought in, and a lot of people like to buy in right here, but there's too many coins to get it on every action. So I like to follow the ones that I've researched. I've been doing better. I made some logs recently to help myself. It helps me go through my process, so I don't do anything emotional. But in this case, So we're looking at the daily as more of this could be a multi-day trend. It can go above the Bollinger Bands. It could be continue, especially if Bitcoin keeps going down. So what you'll see is here in this case is 3 cents. If Bitcoin keeps going down, and people still think that this coin is worth 3 cents, the value, the trading value against Bitcoin, it's going to cost more Bitcoin. So hopefully the Satoshis are higher, and the dollar amount could stay the same or could rise. It really depends. These are two of the bigger movers right now in Binance. And I'll send you a link for Binance. I think it's one of the best altcoin traders. Here you can see NCASH is moving pretty hard. MCO also. I caught these two early, right when they broke the Bollinger Bands. So I'm going to go back again. For me, I like to look at the... oh, bad choice on my part. Sorry. We'll go back here to drop this down to 15 minutes. I like to look at the 15 and the 5 and the 1 when I'm making my decisions on where to buy. You can see that it just bounced to 369, and it's in a pretty good movement right now. It's going up. One of the things you want to watch for is staying above this VWAP, or that it's supporting itself. As soon as it starts to drop below, I take your chances. You can hodl, but I would take some money and take some profits. So in this case, I'm watching this NCASH, and I really like Binance because I could see some really good level 2s. So you can get in here and check it out. 113 Bitcoin. This looks like some support. I could pull up the Fibonacci's and stuff. Sometimes I would say the coins are not so much about analysis. When you hear stocks, news trumps analysis a lot of times. But this one, I would watch this moving average, and some of the more professional traders that I've seen, the ones that do well, when they see their stock is moving right, they hold, right? You hear people say, buy low, sell high. But if you really want to lock in your profits and you want to save your money, I suggest you use the stop limit. So if you come here, and you can put in your stop limit. So I don't know, you can choose where you want, but let's say you think this is the support right here, around 344. You can come in here, choose 344, and you could type in the amount that you want your limit to be triggered at. So what this is going to do is it's going to help you when it drops. As soon as it drops below 344, what it's going to do is put a sell order in, and if you put that sell order in a little lower, which is what I've been tending to do, it's my assumption that your sell order will be triggered and it'll take the best price available. Now that's just what I assume. I think I've seen other places where if you put the sell order in wrong, someone can buy it from market at what you put in. So I just keep it pretty close. I don't want to put it 344 and 344 because something could happen. Someone could buy out the whole chunk and they could miss your order entirely. It could still happen here, but like I said, I like to keep mine a little tight. So again, if it gets to 344 when it's dropping, then I'm going to lock in some profit. At least enough that I can rebuy lower if it continues to trend upwards. So it's good for me. I think it's good practice, especially if you don't have a bot and you're running this overnight. So I'm also, like I said, I'm a software engineer. I know how to set up the bots, the crypto bots, do analysis, etc. So we'll get into some more. This is my first video, and today I just wanted to share with you about NCASH, and we're talking about MCO. So if you look here at MCO again, I'm using TradingView as opposed to some of the other tools. I think it's also somehow it's ran by the same company as investing.com. They have the same I can tell they have the same charts. You can review stocks on here the same way. Trading views, it's really nice. So if I go in here, right now I'm looking at the daily, and I was showing you guys how it's broke out and how it's gonna. I feel like it's gonna push up higher, but you never know. So that's why there's no trailing limits in Binance. So I'll put my limit in. I'll go to sleep, and if it continues, if it's at 12 tomorrow, I'll put a limit in again. I'll tighten it up a little bit. And one of the things about cryptos is 24 hours a day, man. So Asia could get online and they make some decisions like, hey, you know what? We think the value of this is really double. So it can happen. Here's a 15-minute chart on MCO. And I bought in somewhere around 8:30, right as we were breaking above the VWAP again. And right before I did this, it was trending up pretty well. You can see, you were watching it, you know, it's bouncing around a little bit. It's trying to gain some traction, but it's moving up pretty well. And if you look at the daily, it's got a lot of ground it could cover. It could go back to 15. I say, you could say Satoshis, but I get my numbers confused. But it could keep going up. So what I've done here is I bought some. I bought in around today, around here. This morning, I seen that it was trending up on the daily. I'm looking for a multi-day runner because, you know, Ripple, some of these places, these things are running up 300 times what the original value was. So I'm watching this, and if it drops below VWAP, I may not be so concerned. The daily, I might look more at the daily. If you're one of those guys who just don't want to leave your money on the table, you can go even tighter and look at the 1 minutes. And let's say it hits here at 25. Now you just need to watch it. Watch for when it reverses. So I'll do that over here, and I'll just show you an example with the NCASH. You might look at the MACD. So here we have I believe we have a MACD below. So you don't see any red bars because we're in a pretty strong uptrend. Excuse me. But this might be a buy signal right here. This first red line is a MACD buy signal. So if someone was really watching this, and I haven't been. What time was it? At 8:15 this morning. So you could have really pulled the trigger right around here. This is a buy signal, and you know you could have skimmed some profit. I saw it when it was at 220, but I had my money all in somewhere else. So then again, I just wanted to share these two. This is some simple tips and tricks from me. We'll have more coming up for you. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and hope you trade safely. And then use your two-factor authentication. I just want to put that out there for each of these websites. Make sure you're using two-factor authentication. I did get caught up this week. Made some mistakes and bought via BTC, and I lost a good amount, more than I care to admit, because I seen it go from $2 to $300, and I wanted to see if it was gonna do another run. And so I did a lot of research for a day or two, and I found out that they were hackers on the Binance system. They weren't very successful. I mean, they did manage to pump. They managed to pump up the crypto coin quite a bit, but they didn't get the money out. Binance is cracking down, and they're even offering rewards now. The system seems to be working great. I love their charts. I mean, really, this is great. Sometimes you go in to Robinhood or some other, and man, it's like you don't even know if they're giving you the real numbers, or if it's delayed, or if the system's going to crash entirely. And Binance is based out of China, but they have a U.S. You can go to the us.binance if you want to pull the closer one. But again, this has been Colin Bond, and I really hope you enjoyed my video. And if you did, you should subscribe and share, and appreciate it very much. Have a great day.